Thanks very much. Well, the crowd are here. Maybe not quite the numbers we had for the England game, but it is the USA versus Ireland. And this is going to be a big game, as we just heard from Sam, because England and India drawing means that a team that wins this match will really be in a good position in Pool B. Teams are lined up, ready to come out onto the turf, and there is the league ladder at the moment for Pool B. England and India both on 1 point. Ireland and the USA about to do battle, and that's how keen Melissa Gonzalez is. She wants to get out there straight away. Well, the bus was 45 minutes late. No wonder she wants to get out there and get things underway. And a really good round of applause for both teams. There's plenty of support for Ireland, plenty of support too for the USA, just to the right of our commentary position. And boy, they're going to make some noise, you can be sure of that. But before we can get underway, it's going to be time for the national anthems. National anthems, of course, a key part of the game. And the first will be the national anthem of the United States of America. So that was the national anthem of the United States of America. Now we turn our attention to the anthem for Ireland, Ireland's Call. Well, the man who came up with that anthem, he said he came up with the words because he loved to see the Irish singing together, and certainly that team enjoyed singing that anthem, and they're really ready to do business. Ireland always give everything in every match, and it's fitting that they're here at this World Cup. They were the first national association formed back in 1894. Turn our attention now to the team lineups. So Jackie Briggs will start in goal for the USA. Got a back line of 5 players at the moment. Look out for Amanda Magadan. She was the key player, and also Ali Frody. In the midfield, well, Michelle Vitesse will be important, as long as the captain as well, Melissa Gonzalez. Jill Funk is going to be key for them up front. She used to be Jill Whitman, but she's a married lady now. Here are the substitutes. We turn our attention to Ireland, and you do feel their goalkeeper could be very busy at the start of this game. Aisha McFerrin But I think also up front they're going to have some fun giving the Americans a little bit of a run around. Anna O'Flanagan and will be one of those, and also from penalty corners they can cause a few problems. One final huddle for the USA. Sponsors' notices being taken off the pitch. And then we can get proceedings underway. Melissa Gonzalez, always such a picture of concentration. It will be Ireland to push back and get this match underway. Lizzie Colvin over the ball. There is Aisha McFerrin. Sure, there'll be a few butterflies in her stomach at the moment. A little wiggle of the hips from Colvin. Just loosen off the muscles. Ireland push back, and the third match of the 2018 Women's Hockey World Cup is underway. USA have stolen possession immediately and immediately go on the break through Michelle Batiste. Stolen back by Ireland. And just calm things down. And Ashley Morrison, and as mentioned alongside me, international for England and Great Britain, Mel Clulo. Mel, this will be a really interesting game.
Oh, I'm actually really looking forward to it because I think it's two sides that like to play the game physically. I'm glad to see there's two experienced umpires here as well, so you know they'll allow some of that physicality to happen, but hopefully not to the point, obviously, of it being dangerous. But you can see the excitement from an Irish perspective. It's the first time they've been here for a long, long time. And as you say, Melissa Gonzalez at the front there running out far too early shows that the Americans are ready for the battle.
Well, you mentioned that Ireland, their first World Cup appearance for 16 years, so it's been a long, long wait. And these girls, as Simon Mason alluded to pre-match, a lot of them have given up their jobs in the last 6 months to focus on this World Cup.
Yeah, and we mustn't forget they were outstanding in Valencia in one of the Hockey World Leagues. Tried their best to qualify for the Olympics through that route. Met a Chinese side which ended up knocking them out. So they really, really shouldn't be underestimated. And you know, I think it's a fascinating pool with England and India in it as well.
Almost a really good steal there coming from Jill Funk. Have to get used to calling her by that name, but Ireland now breaking forward and plenty of space opening up in front of Chloe Watkins, and she said thank you very much and still keeps going. Slaps it into the circle, deflected out for a long corner by the USA. She could have probably carried that into the circle.
I think you could hear some of her teammates calling her, almost asking her to take the ball into the circle, and almost like midfielder's instincts there to try and pass the ball to one of her forwards.
The USA just backed off. A diagonal ball to the top of the circle. An important touch coming from Michelle Batiste. Carried forward now by Michelle Batiste. She has her sister in the squad. This time Tara Batiste, who is, by all accounts, a player to look out for. Michelle is an outstanding player, but there's talk that her sister is even better. But Ireland looking good at the moment in these opening stanzas. Chloe Watkins coming forward again. This time, two players come out to try and stop her getting towards the circle. You mentioned good umpiring very quickly in there and just calming down a little bit of pushing and shoving inside the circle. There's a good deflection on the baseline, but unfortunately no one there for Ireland. And now Jill Funk, good skills from her to get it past the Irish defence of Hannah Matthews and win a free hit. I just wonder, because Jill Funk had always said she wanted to play in Netherlands or New Zealand. Now she's married, I just wonder whether her husband will give her permission to do so.
Of course he will, he's a hockey husband.
Good break forward now from Batiste. Reverse stick pass into the D, just deflected out for a long corner. To go back into the defensive line now. Julia Young, she plays it out wide to the right, and that had some pace on it as that was played into the circle. As the coach of the United States, that is Janneke Schotman from the Netherlands originally. She was former captain of the Netherlands. Won the World Cup herself back in 2006. And here's a great chance for Ireland all the way through just to keep her to beat. Can she do so? Yes, she can! Ireland have taken the lead. What a strike from Deirdre Duke. She kept calm as she was one-on-one with the keeper. No reaction from the coach, but the fans behind are ecstatic.
Well, exactly what this game needed was the early goal, and I think a lot of people sat in this stadium didn't expect it to be Ireland. It's a long, long ball. No idea where the defenders are there, but calmness and composure here by Duke to take the ball round. Fantastic start. Jackie Briggs is a very, very good goalkeeper. She's has been called at times world-class for some of her performances, but Duke here, fantastic play. Gets the ball over a diving goalkeeper into the back of the net.
Well, she did very, very well because the angle was very acute, you could see. So it is USA 0, Ireland 1 after just 4 minutes. What a start from the Green Machine, and here they come again. Duke driving forward. Gonzalez says, you're not going any further, I'm taking it off you now. The USA, that would have been a real blow to the solar plexus. Gonzalez again, plays it down the line. Good lead again. Just trying to cut infield. It was good play coming from Paulino. Just want to ask you though, Mel, they were late, 45 minutes late getting here. Melissa Gonzalez said, you know, you prepare for things not going right, but just wonder whether that did affect them in this opening 5 minutes of the match. As here they come again. I'll get your answer in a second. Ireland still possession. And give it straight back to the USA.
I think to answer that question, we don't know why they were late.
We don't, that's true, and a great ball into the D, coming out quickly. Brilliant save from McFerrin. Well, she didn't know where the ball had gone, but that was a really sharp save low down with her mitt. Otherwise, it could well have been an equaliser for the USA from Lauren Moyer. Stein again, but good defence inside the circle from Ireland, not panicking. Carried out. Once again, carried forward. Good work coming from Yvonne O'Byrne. Here's the save again, just you can see. Goalkeeper McFerrin coming off a line really well to deny Moyer.
First touch there by Moyer just wasn't as good as she would want it to have been, so it bounced off her stick, giving McFerrin the opportunity to smother the ball, but she was quick off her line, so she'll certainly be pleased and happy that she made that first save.
Well, indeed, confidence booster always for a keeper to make a sharp save early on. Carried forward again by Ireland. Here they come. Crowd finding their voice every time they come forward at pace. Kept in place superbly. Laid back, but nobody was there. Good work from Anna O'Flanagan. We said she could be a key player for them. Stolen away, and Stephanie Fee bangs it away from the goal up the side towards the benches and the substitutes.
I think it's great to see two teams' first game of the tournament actually just coming out and having a go at each other.
Well, why not? It's so important to win your first game. You may as well go for it rather than being cautious. So the USA being put under pressure at the moment. Come away with the ball. And eventually the foul conceded by Ireland. Just taking their time now. I think the USA looking to just try and control the pace of the game. Good turn from Matson. Good defence again from Ireland. And get the free hit. Made on quickly. Just slipping the pass. That was good work by Zoe Wilson. Wilson easily recognisable with her glasses. Still come out wide. And just let that go off the deflection. Now Ali Meek plays it into the circle. Strong physical challenge from the USA. No whistle. Ireland thought about going for the referral, maybe a bit early in the game, and it would have been the umpire's opinion, so always very risky so early in the match. It's good play once more from Michelle Batiste. gone past the halfway point of the first quarter. And drilled into the circle again by the USA, and they're doing well, Ireland, restricting them to getting close to the circle.
Yeah, I think what Ireland's doing well is keeping the Americans out to the sideline. So they have got some fast players, the USA, there's no doubt about that. Physically, they're probably one of the best sides in the world from that sort of athletic perspective. But Ireland will figure out their own style, their own way of playing, and as you say, at the moment, it's working.
Another good bit of skill, using the body well. Catherine Mullen, the captain of Ireland. And the free hit goes Ireland's way. This game has really started at a pace. Into the D it goes, but just lifted off the Irish stick. The other thing, Mel, that I think Ireland won't worry about is a lot of the Irish girls now playing in America at universities there, so they'd be familiar with a lot of the American players, so would know they've got nothing to fear. As here they come again. Get your thoughts on that in a moment. Lovely break forward, but good steal coming, this time from Alyssa Manley. And that's a strong challenge from Meek. Meek, though, takes a tumble, collides with Manley.
I think to answer that question as well, I don't think it's just the Irish players that are going out to play in America. I think more and more English players are going out there, or British players, and I think it's seen as a real opportunity. You can, obviously, we know that their systems and their strength and conditioning and the sort of the league system that they've got is very, very good. And you have to sort of look, I guess, at your own domestic league. How strong is it? What's going to make me the best player? And if you can get a scholarship out to America, then what a fantastic opportunity. Absolutely.
I think the thing is, as well, the more styles you become open to, it makes you a better player. Of course, the college system in America, they have to have parity with the women's sport and the men's sport, and that's why hockey has so much investment, and it's really good to see that is the case.
I think it's what happens, for me, in the States, it's what happens when they've left the collegiate system. There isn't a league structure over there, so the fact that these girls are able to put in performances like this is good, but there's no domestic league to kind of support that. And yes, a few of them go overseas, but not as many as you perhaps would expect.
Good intercept there from Ireland again, as we're into the final 5 minutes of the first quarter. Ireland leading by a goal to nil. Good break coming from Pinder. Pinder gets a penalty corner. Magadan, the player, penalised.
Evans is probably asking for a little bit more here, because Pinder does really well, and Magadan goes in for the tackle, and she doesn't remotely touch the ball. She takes the stick and the player at the same time. So I think a very valid question by Evans that was asked, but again it goes down to that interpretation, and she's opted not to refer it, and quite happy to settle for the penalty corner.
Absolutely. Now there's a chance for Ireland to double their lead from a penalty corner. Injected through the second battery, fired in. Well, the deflection is there. I think it was Shirley McKay who got the final touch, and the Irish eyes are certainly smiling in the crowd and on the pitch. Why wouldn't you celebrate?
Shirley McKay definitely delivers this from the top of the circle. It's whether anyone gets a touch. We saw this earlier from South Africa. Wondering actually whether Alison Meek gets a touch, the number 30. No, Shirley McKay's goal, fantastic delivery. Two people coming in with that reverse stick out. Finally, we get some emotion.
Graham Shaw showing what it means to him. He took over in July 2015 as the head coach, and he is enjoying this, but there's still plenty left in this match. Rest assured of that. Ireland, though, leading by 2 goals to nil. No one would have picked that, I don't think, at this stage.
Admittedly, there is a long way to go, but it does show that world rankings mean nothing when you come to a tournament such as the World Cup.
We're just talking about those. Ireland ranked 16 in the world, USA 7. But I think the gap in the women's competition is much, much closer than the world rankings really say. And you're going to see that in this tournament. every game is going to be tough.
That's potentially why I'm a fan of the World Cup being 16 teams. It gives the opportunity for an Ireland and Italy to actually come and experience a tournament such as this and show that actually they deserve it. They're not here making up the numbers. They're actually good, high-quality hockey-playing sides.
Absolutely, only one team outside the top 16, or inside the top 16 who didn't qualify, and that was Chile. So USA looking for a consolation goal at the end of this first quarter. They've been rocked by 2 goals by Ireland. And the free hit goes Ireland's way. Big question is, can Ireland keep this momentum going for the whole match? Shotman, I don't think was happy with that decision. Just the wag of the finger. USA from the side. Good steal again. Knocked forward. Good recovery though by the USA, and it comes out wide now. Looking for Moya. Dispossessed. It was well read again, this time by Anna O'Flanagan. O'Flanagan hits the turf again. There was a stick check on her. Play on quickly by Watkins, but didn't go the 5 meters before she went inside the circle. As Gonzalez gets a free hit. She's been kept quiet in this opening 15 minutes. Now she breaks forward. This is dangerous for Ireland. Gonzalez plays it forward. Good pass to Funk. Funk inside the D. McFerrin comes off the line. It looked as if it hit an Irish foot, I thought. It's been given as a USA foot.
And that's what the USA can do. Fantastic break by Gonzalez. Quick hands by Jill Funk on the edge of the circle. And you've got to give credit again to McFadden. She's come off her line. Perhaps as Jill Funk entered the circle, she needed to have a little look up, and maybe that's a message that Yannicka Schotman can give to her team, because she is coming off her line very, very quickly, and she's doing a good job at the moment.
That was actually very intelligent play, wasn't it? Funk on the ground, just played the ball into the foot. And that just killed off that attack. Matthews now for Ireland. Closed down by 2 USA players. The diagonal pass will be cut out, though. And just getting into a little bit of a mess there was Hoffman, but she recovered well. And just got stuck between her legs momentarily. Now they come again through Michelle Vitesse. Vitesse accelerates towards the circle, gets a little shove in the back and a penalty corner. And Wilson complains. Vitesse maybe made it look a little bit firmer than it was, but the USA have a penalty corner.
I think, to be fair to Vitesse here, she has tried to stay up. I think, you know, it's someone that runs at the speed that Michelle Vitesse does. It does only take that little tap, and I think, as I say, to be fair to her, she's tried to stay up. It hasn't quite happened, and I think, again, right decision to give the penalty corner.
And there was no doubt, really, that there was a little shove in the back with the forearm from Zoe Wilson. So lining up now, top of the D for the USA. Elliot Frody, alongside her is Michelle Vitesse. Comes to Vitesse. Vitesse sweeps and a great deflection. What a goal that was by the USA. A really well-worked variation from the penalty corner. And they pulled the goal back. Yannicka Schotman not really celebrating too much, but she's very happy.
I think it's Paulino out there for the USA, getting that touch. Great little switch move on top of the circle here, though. The dummy goes to Vitesse. There's absolutely no post player down there. That, you have to say, is a fantastic corner routine. And it's Margot Paulino there on the far post. Uses the speed. She actually does exceptionally well, because you can see the delivery from Vitesse is actually bouncing. Fantastic start to this game.
What a start. Still 30 seconds left.
She was waiting and you were running into her.
It's a great run into the circle, not picked up by Ireland's defence. If this game continues the way it started, we are going to have a game to remember. Say that will have just settled their nerves a little bit, having pulled the goal back. Funk now just doubling back, plays a good ball infield and will shove in the back again. Ooh, and there's A little bit of what for after from Lauren Moyer. I think was issued to Lizzie Colvin. And that is the end of the first quarter. What a start we've had to this match. Ireland, though, still in the ascendancy after the first 15 minutes, but USA have pegged a goal back. It's USA 1, Ireland 2. A really good start. This was the opening goal just in the 4th minute of the match. It was a long strike forward, and Deirdre Duke did really well. Collected, went round Jackie Briggs, a cute angle, but managed to find the backboard, and Ireland had the perfect start in the match. Then with their very first penalty corner, swept home by McKay. And that was 2-0 to Ireland with 11 minutes gone. Jackie Briggs again logging. Graham Shaw celebrating. But then the USA, from their very first penalty corner, deflected home as well at the back post. A brilliant deflection. And making sure that they've just closed the gap going into that first break as Yannicka Schotman talks to her charges in this 2-minute break. A double thumbs up from Graham Shaw as he finishes his team talk. And Mel, would he just be saying, let's have more of the same?
I think both coaches are probably telling their teams now to just breathe a little bit. I think there's been so much emotion and so much excitement about starting the World Cup that you almost run the nervous energy out of yourself in that first period. But, you know, I'm hoping we get, as you say, more of the same, but now the coaches have had an opportunity to tweak a few things tactically. And it will be interesting to see whether they can keep this momentum going into the second quarter.
Well, we're going to go pitch side now because Krista Cullen has Graham Shaw with her.
I certainly do. Congratulations, Graham. A great start to your World Cup campaign. Tell us a little bit about what you're going to do now. What was that team talk about and how you're going to get these girls up for it, having conceded late on in that quarter?
Yeah, obviously a little bit disappointed to concede near the end of the quarter, but it doesn't change now. We just keep playing the same way. I thought we started really, really well. Really imposed the game on it and obviously scored 2 really good goals. So it's just the same again now in the second quarter.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well done, Krista. Getting hold of Graham Shaw. USA, though, have the player advantage at the moment. With Ireland getting a green card late in the first quarter. Now they're going to have to really be concentrating as trying to get the reverse into the deep was Paulina, but she's dispossessed now, and Ireland happy to carry the ball forward. Dribbling it forward well is O'Flanagan. She's been really lively in this start to the match, and we've now got a green card going against the USA. It's Erin Matson who's got the green card. It's 10 aside now.
A fantastic break by Anna O'Flanagan, though, because there was none of her teammates around her, and I sort of expected her to put the brakes on and pass the ball back to the players that were trying to support, but used her pace and her skill to almost work that free hit perfectly well. As you say, get a player sent off.
She is indeed. There is Erin Matson. Anna O'Flanagan, of course, who's closing in on Lindsay Vickers' 65 goals for Ireland. She's up in the 50s now. I say records are there to be beaten. I'm sure may well have played a few more games, but even so, we've still got to score the goals. USA desperately trying to just clear that one. Anything would do, and it was effective. Ireland got the chance to break forward. And are back to their full 11 players now. USA probably got about a minute to go. Just a little bit more caution, you feel, in the start of the second half, or second quarter rather. I'm getting a bit carried away. Steele again in midfield, surging forward for the USA, and the ball just played out wide, and first time by Moyer. He's looking for a run of Paulino, but it's just too far ahead of her. Paulino again is an interesting player. She's scored on her debut in February of this year against Canada, was drafted into the squad along with 3 players, though she was one of 3 players just added to the USA squad because of performances they'd had with the sort of future squad. I suppose if you score on debut, you're not going to do yourself any harm.
No, and I think it shows that if you invest in that futures programme or your development programme, as England have got and Great Britain have got going on over here, it shows that it works.
And the USA now back to full strength as well, so it's 11 aside. Good ball played down the line, looking for the run of Mullen. Mullen collects for Ireland. There's 2 American players basically at her heels, snapping away, trying to steal the ball, and they succeed. And that's a great steal in midfield. Just waited and almost tempted the pass. Good work by Ali Meek. And through the legs, brilliant skill. Meek across the face of goal. Great save from Briggs. Oh dear, that's gone right in the head of not Chloe Watkins, Ali Frody. Is she back up? She's straight up off her, on her feet. Wow.
Fantastic skill here, though, by Duke, and then just to ramp the ball over the defender's stick there by Meek. Briggs does really, really well. It's Mullen with the shot. You can see, I mean, that's a fantastic little bit of skill just to dink the ball over, puts the ball into the danger area. Fantastic first touch. Briggs is alert, and then just from the clearance out, sheer desperation, really. Katie Evans, can't blame her for taking a swing and hitting the ball, but Ali Frody literally hits the deck, bounces up, thumbs up to the bench and carries on.
Absolutely. If she was a boxer, they'd have told her stay down for a few seconds, take the count, but she was straight up. Let's get on with it. Credit to her. Ireland, well, there was a gilt-edged opportunity. Briggs, though, making a really important save as now Van Sickle takes it forward. Good block again coming from Meek. Van Sickle, though, got the rebound, continues her run forward. And unfortunately for the USA, just went under the stick of Lauren Moyer. Annika Schottman, she's shouting instructions.
Don't think she was overly impressed with Van Sickle keeping hold of the ball and trying to play through players when Moyer had made a fantastic lead out wide and there was a simple 5-yard pass.
Moyer creating something again. It was a pass played forward, but deflection didn't go where it wanted. Moyer again, top of the circle, stolen back by Ireland, and they look to counter-attack at pace again. Comes out now to Mullen. Mullen's looking up, scanning what's available. Has to come back inside to Pinder. Pinder happy to go back. Ireland just wanted to keep possession, get their structure right, and then launch an attack and try and stretch the USA. The crowd are thoroughly enjoying this game. It's a rather heavy touch in midfield, though, giving away possession. Sharkey is the one who picked it up. She'll get the return pass now. Just cuts infield. Kathleen Sharkey goes on to the reverse, kept it down. Good defence, stick well down on the edge of the circle, and then played into the foot. It's good play from Eleanor Tice.
I just feel with when the USA are in possession at the moment, the spaces are out wide, and with the speed that we've got, we've seen Jill Funk get down this sort of left-hand side quite a few times. I feel that's the way to attack the Irish, is out wide, use the pace, come into the circle, and perhaps some of the younger players that are new into this USA side are trying to sort of go into on the 45 or find the most direct route to goal, and there's a lot of Irish players in the way.
Indeed, a heavy touch as O'Byrne was put under pressure. She recovered very well. And she's been pursued all the time by Gonzalez. They managed to find Gonzalez's foot. Gonzalez comes again. And the ball towards the baseline just goes harmlessly out of play. Reaching the halfway point of the second quarter. No more goals as yet. A rush of them in the first quarter. Wilson gets the free hit. Ireland look to play on quickly. Deflected. And Briggs just plays it out over the base. That's going to be a long corner for Ireland. And forced wide as that gone out of play. No, managed to keep that ended Gillian Pinder lifted up. She was the initial player who lifted it up into the dangerous area despite it hitting her, so off the USA stick.
Yeah, you can see there, and you can see exactly what Pinder was trying to do, and sort of get the ball up and try and carry the ball over for Tease's stick. But again, correct decision. She's played the ball up. She's the one that's put the ball into the danger area. Even though she wasn't overly impressed with that decision, I think she's probably more frustrated with her own individual skill than the decision.
That's been given away straight back to Izzy Colvin. Colvin plays it out wide now, trying to find a way into the circle, trying to breathe a little bit of magic and some support. Happy to come back. Pressure again being applied by Paulino. It came off the foot. No argument there from Sean McKay. Break forward from Woods. She receives the ball but didn't bring it under control, and it goes back with Ireland. Watkins closed down by Woods. Watkins still has it, looks up, just plays a short pass to halfway. And it's help forward. This time it's Colvin who concedes the free hit. That was aimed for Michelle Baptiste, but just the angle wrong again, and Ireland managed to steal possession back. Quite happy to carry forward. There's Rasheen Upton. The USA are doing a good job at the moment of just forcing Ireland away when they get to the D. They're finding it very hard now to find a passage into the circle.
Yeah, but I still think it's quite a controlled performance. I think the USA have clearly upped their game in terms of getting players around and trying to win the ball hard at the pitch. But you know, Ireland are happy at the moment. They're 2-1 up. I think they're making good decisions when to run with the ball and attack the US, and when to actually just peel out, keep possession, and make the US run a little bit more.
Fraser losing out in the end, and here come the USA again. That was a really important block coming in from Zoe Wilson. Paulino certainly involved in plenty for the USA. And now switching play to the right-hand side as we approach the final 5 minutes of the first half. And that was a tricky one for Zoe Wilson to bring under control, and it ricochets down to the corner, but the USA get ball quickly. Matson plays it on. Just couldn't bring that under control. Frustratingly, it was Magadan.
You can see in that scenario exactly how much space she had out there, and it was a poor first touch which stopped the US momentum.
Magadan, I have to say, at the International Festival of Hockey in Melbourne at the end of last year, was in my mind one of the star players for the USA. We're going to see the goal before the half-time break. Good work by Paulino again. She just knocked it away from the defender, but Ireland had cover behind. So it was all for naught. Return from Meek. A bit of space for her to accelerate into the 22. Free hit goes Ireland's way. They play on quickly. Need to get numbers inside the circle and get the ball there. Lovely turn coming from Nicola Daly. She's the player penalised. USA again, just slowing things down, making Ireland now play at their pace. Gonzalez did well to come off the sideline and weave away infield. The ball now comes to Van Sickle. Van Sickle helps it forward. Good pass forward, manages to find Woods. Woods across the D, and that's been kicked dangerously high. And into head again. Paulino this time.
Beautiful movement just to move the ball on very simply. I think it's Wilson that gets a little touch as the ball comes in, and good job she was looking, I think. But again, reaction time is literally 0, so great to see that she's got no ill effects. And second corner for the USA so far in the game. We've had 2 penalty corners and 2 goals, so it'll be interesting to see if we can keep a 100% conversion rate.
Absolutely, and I think a certain Brazilian should watch these girls. They might learn a thing or two about taking a blow to the body. She's still rubbing her head there, Paulino, but she's still out there. So USA worked a brilliant routine last time. Can we do the same again? Comes out, swept towards, got off the crossbar, and Van Sickle so nearly got the rebound, but a brilliant save from McFerrin. Oh, Hoffman, I think it was, who hit the crossbar. There was a deflection in there, and then McFerrin was so quick to stop Van Sickle. Gonzalez now into the circle, she goes, plays it into the turf. McFerrin clears, only back to another USA player, cleaned up by Meek, who just dribbles it along the baseline, clears the danger momentarily, surrounded by red shirts, but she plays it over the baseline. It'll be a long corner to the USA. So many bodies forward for the USA. Plays it out wide onto the right-hand side. Ireland steal it brilliantly. That was a superbly timed tackle by Daly. Stolen back, though, by Gonzalez. Gonzalez driving towards the baseline, into the circle. Stolen away again, and over the side it goes.
Just watching in here. Thank you.
Here's the replay. Fantastic delivery. Definitely the deflection onto from I think it was Nicole Woods with the white headband. But again, the follow-up play from McFadden to actually just realise that something's going on in her circle, and you can see afterwards her eyes were so big. She has made 3 or 4 fantastic saves for Ireland. But you've got to say the corner routines from these two sides have been exceptional so far, and could be the difference certainly going through the tournament.
Oh, indeed. Aisha McFerrin started age 9. Her first cap against Spain back in 2014, but she's really earning a... Well, they don't get paid, do they? So she's just earning the kudos tonight. And having to raise money to get here, so that just tells you how things have been. Just pushed forward, and I don't blame Ireland. They've been under a little bit of pressure at the end of this second quarter. They've done well. They've defended well. Hung in there. They still have the lead in this match. It's gone out over the side. It will be Ireland's ball. Meek just leaves it behind. And in the final minute now, just lifted forward. Got under control by Hoffman. Hoffman again. Played infield. It's been picked up and stolen, and a chance for Ireland late in this first half, looking for the foot. Good play coming from Mullen. It will be a free hit to the USA, and they were pleading with the umpire. USA short pass, risky one at this late stage in the first half, and then on the reverse, a brilliant pass forward. Still into the D it goes, and that was a really important piece of defending coming from Shirley McKay. Brilliant defensive work. Otherwise, they could have found themselves going in at half-time level. And she gets a pat on the back from her teammates. But it is Ireland that go in at half-time with the lead against the USA. They came out like, well, a train, high-speed train. Opened the scoring in the 4th minute, doubled their lead in the 11th. And were then pegged back late in the first quarter. It's USA 1, Ireland 2 at half-time. Thanks very much. Well, the stadium is pumping. The music's been going, but you haven't needed the music because it's been the action on the pitch that has had the blood racing through everybody's veins who is watching this match. It has been helter-skelter. It has been high-class hockey, and it has been thoroughly entertaining. It is now the USA to get the second half and the third quarter underway. Who is going to come out on top in this match? And you would think that India and England are watching this thinking, wow, we've got two tough games coming our way in Pool B. Well, there's one happy Irishman. There's one worried American. But she's always got a smile on her face, Melissa Gonzalez. Waiting over the ball is Michelle Vitesse. Still about 10 seconds until we get things underway. I like the fact that some of the players, when the music's playing, they do actually get a little bit of a wriggle on. Vitesse gets us underway. Sharkey couldn't bring that down. It's been missed by a couple of players. Well, are you expecting any changes in this second half or more of the same?
I'm hoping more of the same. I think from the US perspective, I think they've looked threatening, as I've said many times, when they go down the outsides of the pitch. And I think when they press high up the pitch and put the Irish defenders under pressure, that's also, again, when they've looked their most threatening. You know, for Ireland, I think they're going to probably end up playing more and more on the counter-attack, but that for me is absolutely fine because they've got some fast, skillful and strong players who can also, on the forward line, that can also hold the ball up as well. So I think we've been treated to a fantastic first half, and I hope we do get more of the same in the second.
And we know that all of the England games are sold out here at the Women's Hockey World Cup 2018. As Ireland come inside the D, reverse stick shot, Briggs saves, the rebound wasn't collected, good defending inside the circle, but Ireland have won possession back. Played out wide now onto the left-hand side, trying to get around the top of the circle. Good work being done again by Colvin. She's dispossessed though. The USA get the chance to break forward themselves. Strong physical challenge coming in from Rasheen Upton. Sees Ireland back with possession. Now breaking forward is not Mullen, it's Evans, my apologies. She takes a tumble.
So it's Mullen that comes in. I think she realised quite early that she was going solo. Puts the ball across the circle.
In it comes now, and that is off the foot, is it? It is indeed a penalty corner. Just catching the foot of Julia Young. So another penalty corner for Ireland. USA couldn't convert their second. Can Ireland?
Take your pick, which foot are you going to take, really? For me, I think that shows sort of experience. So she's come in the baseline there and slowed herself down. She's got the ball on the end of her stick. She's the one that's in control of the situation, and she puts doubt into the mind of the USA defenders, and then picks her spot.
Well, Ireland just being told to get a hurry on. 40 seconds rather to take it, and looking a little bit the place at the moment, but Wilson waits, so too does Matthews. Matthews at the first battery, Wilson at the second. They go to Wilson, it's a dummy, comes to Matthews, good block, still alive inside the circle. Good flick, saved by Briggs to deny Duke a second goal, fired wide this time.
Again, it's a switch move at the top. It's fantastically read by Melissa Gonzalez, the #1 runner for the US.
Oh, and they steal it back, but the USA get it back through Gonzalez. What a leader she is. Boat plays it forward, continues her run. And here is Gonzalez again. Good quick pass given now to Magadan. Magadan, who made her international debut against Ireland. Across the D it comes, and coming off her line was McFerrin, but the whistle saved Ireland there.
I think again you can see how far off the line McFerrin comes, and I'm hoping somebody from the US has picked up on that. In that situation, you know, a couple of times in the first half she needed to do it. There I felt there were a number of Irish defenders in there that could have probably done the job for her.
She was the goalkeeper of the tournament at the Hockey World League last year. I think you were there in Brussels.
Yes, no, she is a fantastic goalkeeper, and you know, I think she gets a lot to do, and I mean that in a nice way. I think being one of the lowest ranked teams in the world, when you come to tournaments like this, you expect to be busy playing against the higher ranked teams, but she's doing the job effectively at the moment.
Magadan now receives the pass from Gonzalez, looks to get forward, just helping the ball then into the path of Sharkey. Sharkey looks to drive along the baseline. Dispossessed, no complaints from her. Gonzalez, though, stick low down. There are complaints from her as she doesn't get the decision. Races back to try and put pressure, and then the pass was a little bit hurried, and Van Sickle managed to steal it for the USA. That's a good pass into the path of Jill Funk. Funk will just check back. Comes back to Funk again. She was complaining there, but it's going to be, I think, free hit to Michelle Vitesse. Vitesse then, that's just deflected away. It was not a bad ball in. Sharkey was in a good position, but just couldn't get it closer to goal. Ireland now being put under pressure high up the pitch. Good pass forward, manages to pick out Anna O'Flanagan. O'Flanagan cuts infield, stopped momentarily. She's one of those who put her career on hold. Played at Bloomendale. Ireland again, surging into the deep. Desperate defending. The umpires, I've got to say, have controlled this game superbly. We've hardly even noticed they're out there. And it has been a very physical game as well. Fair and physical.
And that's exactly what you want as a player. You want to be able to have that physical contact without there being the danger element.
Good steal by Wilson again, but it in fact is going to be an Ireland hit. USA thought that was going to be theirs. So Ireland coming out from the back, deflected over the side. There is Shaud Marine, the coach of India, watching on high in the stand. As they are in the same pool with England. Made a 1-1 draw today. I'm sure he'd be disappointed they didn't manage to get a victory in that game. They got so close. This is how the pool stands at the moment. Ireland would be sitting top with England and India on 1 point apiece, and the USA would be bottom if this scoreline remains. There's a big if there because you feel there are more goals to come in this game.
I think the challenge for me is whether Ireland can keep the intensity.
Top of the circle, good save again, McFerrin. Rebound comes to Gonzalez. She looks to turn, plays it into the turf, still alive, and then penalised of the USA. Pleading was Paulina. I don't think she felt that she'd done anything wrong.
I think with the US, you expect them to continue being able to play this tempo. Van Sickle comes in here with the shot. Again, it's on target, but who's first to react to the rebound? USA and Gonzalez. Almost looks now as it, you know, the Irish have not run out of options, but they've really stopped moving, certainly in their own half when they're trying to get the ball out of and through the US press. Once they get the ball into the attacking half, then they seem to have the players up there that want to cause some problems, want to run with the ball, want to win the free hits.
I'm sure they're obviously feeling, I think, that he needs to maybe start rolling the subs a bit more, that players are working very, very hard for him out there. As good collection and turn coming from Deirdre Duke, who opened the scoring just the 4th minute. Played on quickly again by Colvin. For the circle, lovely little dink inside, but good defensive play coming this time from Hoffman. Ireland, though, with the ball from the side. Can they find another goal and get a 2-goal cushion? Can the USA find an equaliser? And it was a good ball into the circle. Just deflected, though. I don't think there was a touch, actually. I think everyone was looking for the deflection.
That's the crash ball in by Colvin. I think it's just a little touch there, and it's Nikki Daly on the far post that perhaps that slight deflection is actually what took it off the end of her stick.
A lovely steal by Colvin again. Now to Wilson. Wilson has to just check back and shake off the attention of an American coming back on him, Erin Matson. It's a free hit now to the USA. Not surprisingly, looking to get on with things quickly was Gonzalez. She played it into the foot of Colvin and it's going to have to be retaken. Gonzalez says, look, leave it to me, I'll take it. And then lifts a very tricky ball that was brought down brilliantly by Woods. Woods into the D, she goes across the face of goal. Cleaned up well at the back, and Van Sickle, well, get in trouble for that one. And she is, there's going to be a card.
5-minute yellow, sorry, has been given to Van Sickle, and don't know whether she was frustrated that she didn't get the ball on the end of the stick in the circle, but I actually agree with that yellow card. She was nowhere near the ball. She definitely played the player. And Shirley Mackay's got bags of experience, and she used it exceptionally well in that situation.
She does indeed have bags of experience, the most capped Irish female athlete of all time. So that's quite a credit to yourself. 262 caps. Still got a way to go to catch up with Kate Richardson-Walsh, 375 rather.
I think that might be safe for a little while, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it is amazing how many games they play these days. Of course, the FIH's Nikki Simmons used to hold the record, and that was taken off her by Shirley Mackay. Under control by Woods, coming across, and it was Meek that couldn't steal it. Matson, though, plays it just into the feet of Upton. USA come out wide, looking to just check back onto the reverse. Good block on the edge of the circle. Given away, though, that was a clever pass. And a penalty corner won by the USA, but it was a really good pass back to Sharkey.
Megan Fraser got robbed of the ball on top of the circle, and just that beautiful little pass by Erin Matson to put the ball onto Sharkey, who's strong in that situation against two solid Irish defenders, and absolutely, again, the right decision.
Well, we've seen some great penalty corner routines work by the USA. Can they do another one here as Matson this time makes her way down to the baseline? Sharkey waits at the first battery. Moody at the second. Comes to Sharkey. She hits it low, looking for the deflection. It's gone out though, and it will be a 16. USA, I think, thought that they'd got a long corner. Ireland have taken it quickly, played it forward. There's two players forward. It's 2-on-1 if the ball could be released. It is released wide now. Chance for Duke to get a second. Duke shoots. It's dribbled in. It's gone off the mitt of Briggs and into the goal. Ireland now have a 3-1 lead. Duke has a second, and again we see the coach just cannot show his emotion.
I am really intrigued to see whether down here the USA set up for a long corner, and it will be interesting to see whether it can be referred because it is in a circle. Credit where credit's due to Ireland, though. They played the ball extremely simply. You can see Kelly Hudson, the umpire, in the middle of the pitch, keeping up with play. But again, the composure. I think Evans makes a great decision to roll the ball, and Duke just smashes the ball at Briggs, and it goes through that right glove.
Deirdre Duke, 2 goals tonight in Ireland's first World Cup game for 16 years. No wonder she's smiling. So Ireland now into a 3-1 lead when the USA had been pushing really hard. I think the USA, I thought it was a long corner.
I did as well, and the fact that they had, what, 8-9 players up there for that corner, they all set up for the long corner. Fair play to Ireland. They looked at Michelle Meister, who'd given the signal for a hit out, 16, and they took it. But why could that not be referred because it was in a circle?
Yeah, but credit to Ireland. They played on, they played to the whistle. And you're told that when you're about 6 years old, as here come the USA. They will try and get another goal. Desperation inside the circle. Now there's a referral.
100% it's a corner. Kelly Hudson, at the other end, has spoken to Michelle Meister and said it is a penalty corner. You can see how fired up the Americans are, and whether Michelle Meister's taken a little bit of grief for potentially not seeing that situation there. Referral's gone up to Sarah Wilson as the video umpire.
We don't need the referral because the two umpires already conferred on the pitch. So it was there was a referral call, but Kelly Hudson was the one who told Michelle Meister that it was a penalty corner. So the referral wasn't needed, but the USA were shouting for it. So the T's again waiting at the top of the D. It's not a good stop by Gonzalez. Short little pass from her. Looking for the foot again of the USA. And great save again, McFerrin. Good work in front of goal. And it's the USA who are penalised and then not happy again.
They actually need to keep their emotions under check. They've still got Caitlin Van Sickle off with the yellow card. They can't afford to lose any more players. You can understand their frustration, but at the end of the day, we heard there Michelle Meister just telling Gonzalez to just relax and calm down.
Sharkey. Now, USA, you can tell they're fired up, where you've got just over 2.5 minutes left in this third quarter. They've conceded a third goal and they're chasing to get back in this match. And at the moment, it's fair to say they haven't had the rub of the green, as the green machine comes forward once more. Mullen carries it along, needs to probably release it. That's a good steal. And the USA will come forward once more. Good work by Funk, just cutting back infield. It was a little bit congested down the right-hand side, so she just opened play up intelligently. Good pass to Paulino. She's dispossessed, though, comes back and fights like a terrier and gets the ball back for the USA. Carried forward by Hoffman. Chance for the USA as Moya looked to get inside the circle. She gets a free hit just outside. Just to play on quickly, flicks it across, but didn't go 5 meters before she played into the deep.
Come on, those. Calm down, play hockey, okay?
Paulino and Yvonne O'Brien, who are just been called forward and told to play hockey, cut it out. There's been quite a bit going on off the ball in the last few minutes.
I think this is where, as an Irish player, you'd just be having a little word in a few of the US players' ears, see whether you can put them off their game a little bit more.
Daly into the circuit, strong defence. Daly's got a head to the head. She's holding her mouth. USA play on. It was strong challenge coming from Frody. She's just belted that ball up the field.
Felt sure that was a penalty corner. Thought Daly put it onto a US foot. I think people were more concerned about Daly getting the shoulder in the face than they were about whose foot it had hit.
Well, lovely skills again by Ireland, and here they come once more. They've got numbers. Looking for the foot. Coming back, good work by Van Sickle. It's a brilliant piece of control by Duke again. Duke's having an absolute stormer of a game. Flanagan is the one trying to get inside the circle and give Ireland a shot at goal. We're in the final 30 seconds of the third quarter. Ireland having stretched their lead to 3-1. Can they hang on in that final 15 minutes for a famous victory? Or can the USA come back? I can find no record of anyone actually beating the USA. I was trying to find it. So I think that in all the history, it's actually gone in favour of the USA. Certainly in previous World Cups, they've been victorious. In 02, it was 2-1 to the USA, and in 86, it was 2-0 to the USA. But as we go into the final break, it is Ireland leading the USA, and they're leading them by 3 goals to 1. So USA 1, Ireland 3, but the third goal has a little bit of controversy about it. We're going to try and have a look at that again in a second. As Graham Shaw talks to his players. Here's the penalty corner. Mel, I'll let you take it up from here.
It's Sharkey here. Oh, my word. Oh. I mean, Sharkey's absolutely smashed the ball in. There's not even an American player anywhere near that Irish stick. I think it's Katie Mullen's stick, so it's 100% a long corner for the US. They're a man down anyway at this particular moment in time, so they probably had one less defender back there because they committed forward, so they have every right to feel an injustice in that situation. But again, credit to Ireland, they played the way that they did. They played on that counter-attack, and Duke slotted it in, but I honestly feel for the US in that particular moment because it could be pivotal. You know, they're 2-1, they've had all of the play, they've had all of the possession, and then they get hit with the sucker punch.
Well, yeah, you see that, and it was clearly, we both felt it was a long corner. The USA had set up for a long corner. The Irish saw that a 16 was given, played on quickly, and they got a third goal. Interesting to watch there. Melissa Gonzalez was the one doing the talking in the huddle. Yannicka Schotman just outside the huddle. Now, that backs up on what she says regards coaching. She goes, I help athletes fulfill their potential and find their own way. And that's what she's done here. You could see she had what she had to say and has said to Melissa Gonzalez, you get these girls up, you get them across the line. And they're going to have to do it as a team as they push back. Can the USA pull back into this game and get a draw? It will certainly make Pool B very interesting if we start with 2 draws. Ireland, though, are determined to go for the jugular and wrap this game up. Flanagan penalised there. You just feel this last 15 minutes there could be fireworks. Lovely collection by Magadan. Good pass infield. Here come the USA. Gonzalez just hanging back. Matson closed down by 2 players. Comes out wide to Woods. Flicked it up off the Irish stick. Tried to keep it in play, but this time it will be a long corner. Just a heavy touch from Matson. She thought she'd stolen it back. Decision goes against her.
Not to dwell on that for too much longer, that's obviously a huge decision in the game, but you hope it's not going to be something that stands out and mars what has been an absolutely fantastic game up to this particular moment.
Absolutely, and you also hope it's not going to affect the final standings in the pool, because, you know, if it goes down to goal difference and the USA missed out, it would be a very, very cruel blow as Woods collects. Good pass again from Matson, trying to just turn and get in the D is Sharkey. Desperate defending coming from the Irish. You feel there's going to be a lot of that. The experienced McKay just clears it up to the 22. Deirdre Duke, who's been very composed on the ball. Now O'Flanagan, she turns well along the sideline. The crowd are behind her, urging her up the side. O'Flanagan just checks back. Good play by her. That was just a little bit too telegraphed, but great determination to actually make sure that it remained an Irish ball. And that was good work coming from Chloe Watkins. Well, the crowd here have just gone quiet. You can tell the tension is really getting to them. It's such a nail-biting game. There may be a 2-goal cushion, but you know and you feel the USA have got something up their sleeve. And that Ireland are going to have to concentrate 100% to get the result here. Good skill again by Colvin down the line, but there was nobody ahead for her. USA pick up possession. Clever touch from Manley. Helps it out wide now to Woods. Woods over the 22. It's a good deflection coming in from Pinder. Back with Woods, though. And the USA are going to try and turn and find a way into the circle. Patiently, they come back to halfway. Frody collects now. O'Flanagan comes back. Good pass from Frody. Oh dear. Just a slight lapse in concentration from Magadan.
I think Ireland still need to commit to attacking and moving forward. Of course, the half court and staying solid, which is a strength of theirs, there's no doubt about that. But all that tends to happen when teams play half courts is that their forward line ends up getting closer and closer and closer to their own circle.
Woods helps it forward. Gonzalez looking to try and turn McKay. She's done well, Gonzalez. McKay's lost her stick. Gonzalez goes into the circle along the baseline. Gonzalez looks to flick it back. Nobody was there for the USA, and it was really good defence coming at the top of the circle from Eleanor Tice. Ireland again carried forward with O'Flanagan. She's played smart hockey when it's come to her, O'Flanagan.
Yeah, I think playing out in Holland with Bloemendaal has probably done the world of good. As you said earlier, it's exposed her to a different way of playing hockey, but it's also meant that her skills have got to be so much better.
Well, Ireland inside the D again this time, though. The shot goes wide, and Deirdre Duke chasing that hat-trick. She created this herself, pretty much out of nothing. Collected the ball there and had to be really strong to avoid the challenge coming from Young. USA, fourth 4 years ago. I'm sure they would have expected a tough game, but I'm sure they didn't expect it to be this hard. Colvin, if looks good kill. That would be nice and by. Forward again. Has to come back to Van Sickle. Van Sickle carries. Again, past Duke. Van Sickle takes it quickly. Wanted the return pass quickly. Picked up low and held on too well by Sharkey. Sharkey still trying to battle her way through. Sharkey has gone the 5 meters, gets it in. McFerrin. She played into her own play. It's still alive inside the circle. And eventually goes out for an 18. No complaints from the USA.
I think that's where the US can certainly try to unpick Ireland, is those quick free hits in and around the circle edge. Sharkey there in that situation, won the free hit, took off as soon as the whistle went. Just couldn't quite get the outcome at the end of it.
Funk now. Funk still keeps possession. Stumbles and then manages to get the free hit for the USA. And Sickle comes forward. Didn't take it from quite where the umpire wanted it. So now everyone's happy. And Sickle has it all back into the defensive line. Julia Young goes out into the left-hand side. So miscontrol then, but eventually she beat the player. Into the D it goes. Good defending again. Scrambling it clear was Wilson. Free hit gone to the USA. Not even halfway through this final quarter, but Ireland, you feel, clinging on at the moment. Funk manages to keep possession for the USA. Looks for the pass, and unfortunately hit her teammates for. Good break from Van Sickle. Van Sickle pushed over the side away from her. It's a good pass infield. Again, good work by Sharkey. He's been really busy around the circle. Gonzalez to Sharkey. Sharkey first times it into the D. Shot played into the turf. We'll get another shot. Whoa, well, that was a save from McFerrin. How did she keep that out?
I think that's probably what Caitlin Van Sickle's asking the question right now.
And the corner taken quickly. Goes back to Hoffman. The tees find a way, weave away into the circle. Sharkey again, spinning away. Sharkey on the reverse, forced over towards the sideline. 7 minutes left in the match now. Stolen back again by the USA. This is good pressure from them. Free hit goes their way. Sharkey takes it quickly, slides it in. No touch, though. Funk was running across the keeper. What a night for McFerrin.
I mean, it's a fantastic shot. Fair play to Meek for doing that, putting her head in the way, but that's an absolutely fantastic save by McFerrin in there. She's extended exceptionally well, launched herself off that left foot and needed every single inch of that arm span to make that save.
What a save that was. USA still coming. Batiz, a bit of a push. She jumps over the player, Batiz. Batiz still going. Then she takes a tumble as stick comes between the legs and goes against her. This is the next game, and it is Australia arriving off the bus. As Australia will be taking on Japan, a much improved team. Good break coming forward now from Moya. Moya into the circle, turn and a shot from Funk. Decision goes against the USA again.
Stick. I don't really know why that was blown up. Jill Funk had every right to swing at the ball.
Ireland have been hemmed inside their own half as we now approach the final 5 minutes of this match. Opening match for both these teams here at the Vitality Women's Hockey World Cup 2018, coming to you from the Lee Valley Hockey and Tennis Centre in London. Ireland, O'Byrne plays it forward. Are they going to finish top of Pool B after the day one? That's what this result will mean if they can hang on. USA have to really go for leather against India and England in their games then. Ireland keeping possession well, comes to Daly. Daly, lovely play by her, beats one. She just checks back and unfortunately just left it behind, and Hoffman said thank you very much. Now it's Gonzalez. Hoffman again. Intercepted well by Tice. Good composure from her. Graham Shaw shouting his instructions. He's had some remarkable moments in his coaching career. Loreto, he coached the men and the women to the Senior Cup title on the same day. It had never been done before. He coached Monkstown to their first national title in 99 years. And it looks like he might be coaching Ireland to a historic victory over the USA in their first World Cup for 16 years. Too sure over there. Well, the celebrations, I'm sure, amongst the fans will go on long into the night here. The players will have to just rest up because they've got more games ahead of them. Matson now plays it forward. Good defensive play again coming from Ireland, and in particular O'Byrne. Hoffman over the ball. Into the deep foot just at the edge of the circle. Well, I'm sorry how that wasn't a free hit to the USA. And Sickle has stolen the ball and she takes a tumble. Free hit USA. And now a foot is given against Ireland. Is this the moment where the USA can give us a grandstand finish? Van Sickle gets another free hit. There have been some outstanding performances in this match. It's another free hit to Ireland, so they're edging closer. Now, we've got a talented player of the match to think about.
I think it's quite straightforward for me, to be honest. I don't think there's too many times that somebody who scores 2 goals in a game in Deirdre Duke isn't going to walk off with that man of the match trophy. But for me, I think Aisha McFerrin has been absolutely outstanding in goal, and therefore she is certainly my player of the match.
Thoroughly deserved. I totally agree with you. Some fantastic saves, and has always been happy to come off her line and close down the angle and make it difficult for the American attackers. She's going to have to do it for just another minute. This will be a famous victory. The USA still go in search of a second goal. They're probably not going to win anything. They've got a free hit. Manley plays it back. Hoffman, she'll just try and get that into the D. Lifted it, brought down well by the Irish. Comes back to Hoffman. Hoffman now on the reverse, lifts it high over the crossbar. And that, you feel, may well be that for America. And Yannicka Schottman, her shoulders just drooped momentarily there. Ireland taking their time, the crowd telling them to take their time. And it's just going to be smashed upfield. Kept in play. And the USA didn't bring it under control straight away. And Sickle has never given up, there's no doubt about that. She's battled to the end, so's Gonzalez. The crowd start the countdown. USA come forward, it's gone out of play, and that will be the final play of the match. And look at the celebrations. Graham Shaw and the players on the pitch cannot believe it. The fans are dancing in the aisles. Lee Valley Hockey and Tennis Centre has turned green tonight. What a performance by Ireland Melclulu.
Wow, for me, that's the first upset of the tournament. You could argue India drawing with England earlier was that, but I think there was 2 completely different teams, but an unbelievable performance by Ireland. You know, they defended when they had to as a team. Deirdre Duke scored 2 fantastic goals, and I tell you what, they've really put a marker down for this tournament. Kate Richardson-Walsh said before the game in the studio that they're a fantastic team, and she'd seen them play England. Well, this is going to be an interesting pool, I think, as the games develop.
It is indeed. Ireland sit top of Pool B after day 1 of the 2018 Hockey World Cup. And that is courtesy of a magnificent performance against the USA and a really good victory over the USA. Final score, USA 1, Ireland 3. And we're now going down pitch side to Krista Cullen.
So, Deirdre, 2 goals and an emphatic 3-1 win for the start of your World Cup campaign. Tell me how you're feeling.
Yeah, I mean, we knew we could come out here and do this today, and we have so much belief amongst our squad, and we can take anyone in this competition. So, I mean, it's a great start for us, but all focus now to India, and we're really looking forward to that game.
There was a fair amount of resilience that you needed to show at the end there, with the Americans really trying to, you know, chase the game down. Is that the kind of character that we're going to expect from your Irish team?
Yeah, absolutely. We pride ourselves on our 1v1 defending. It's a huge part of our game and our tactics. And yeah, I mean, if you can defend your circle well and convert at the other end, you're going to win every game.
And just finally, going to you as the individual that did score 2 goals, you know, right at the start, you know, you really stamped your authority one-on-one with the keeper. To take that opportunity, you know, is amazing. So well done. And how are you feeling about some of the next games you've got, like India?
Yeah, I mean, it's a dream for any player to score at a World Cup, but I mean, it doesn't really matter who puts the ball in the back of the net. It's an 18-man squad, and everyone plays their part. So, I mean, we're really looking forward to India. I think we can take a scalp there, and we're just really excited to play.
Well done, Deirdre, and best of luck.
Thanks so much.